Hello, Angaseo, Ryan Walters, along with Paul Neat at Seoul World Cup Stadium. And I think before we get into anything here today, obviously we're here at Seoul World Cup Stadium, and a very heavy heart here today. A lot before kickoff to honor Kim Nam-chun, and a lot throughout the match. So obviously, our hearts and thoughts go out to his family and loved ones. And a very somber affair here. But the show must go on, and the show did go on, and what a show it was in Final B. You and I were sitting here, and we were shaking at the end. Both of us looked over at each other at the end, and we're both kind of shaken, trying to watch the results here, where Incheon United pulled off the greatest of escapes. This has to be their best one yet,
absolutely,
right?
Yeah. And as I was saying to you during the game, Ryan, that, Cho Sung-won is their manager now, and he was in charge of Jeju United in 2017, and they finished second that year. Mm-hmm. What he's done here now, steering Incheon to survival, is his greatest achievement.
I think so.
Has to be.
I think if he would have been in charge for a little bit longer, you'd have to consider him for manager of the year, just based on what's going on there. I'm not saying he's going to win it, but he should be in that conversation if he was here for a little bit longer. But Incheon United win back-to-back games to end the season. And never doubt Incheon.
Never
doubt Incheon. We say it all the time. And Elias Aguilar, what a goal. Runs half the field, gets into the box, and catches Yang Han-bin off his line. A rare mistake from Yang Han-bin. I think he was clearly expecting the cross. Opens up that space, and Aguilar, left-footed, just gets himself in position, just sneaks it near post, and that's the winner.
Yeah, you have to give him credit for having the nerve, frankly, to try and beat the goalkeeper at his near post. But as you say, he was probably expecting it to be sent across goal. It wasn't. It was snuck in at the near post. Great goal and worthy of winning any game, really. And that's the decider. And he was, of course, part of Incheon's great escape once before.
Yep.
He came back and he's done it again.
Well, and full credit to Incheon's backroom staff to go and get him from Jeju, because he did not look like himself down in Jeju, didn't fit in down there. They went and got him, and that proved the difference today. I mean, you can tell what being on this team means to him, and you can tell what that result meant to him and everybody else involved there. Just tremendous all around. And for FC Seoul, I think today was always going to be tough.
Oh yeah. I mean, really, if it wasn't this game, if there wasn't survival for Incheon on the line, and it having an impact on games elsewhere, of course, talking about Songnam against Busan I-Park, this game perhaps should not have gone ahead. But given the circumstances, given the fact that Seoul have to go to Doha in Qatar and quarantine before the AFC Champions League, then there wasn't really, I don't think, any scope for them to postpone or call this game off, unfortunately. Because as we saw towards the end there, things got a little bit out of hand.
Yes, quite.
There was a red card to Oh Ban-sok for Incheon United. There was not a brawl, I would say, but there was certainly scuffles.
Yeah.
Things got heated, and you could see with the FC Seoul players, Osmar in particular, that I think they perhaps kept their emotions in check throughout the game, but then it came out in those kind of situations, as it would be.
How could it not?
Of course, yeah.
And obviously, heart goes out to the FC Seoul players as well. I can't imagine trying to take the pitch today. I can't imagine. And keeping that in mind, what an effort they put in.
Yeah, they wanted to get the equalizer. They wanted to sort of end on a high. They went for it. Yoon Jun-tae came on and he looked good. I think he kind of transformed Seoul's attack. Han Sung-gyu was enterprising as ever, perhaps unlucky not to have started the game. And Seoul went for it, but it was just, Incheon United, as we've seen so many times this season, last-ditch defending, really resolute. And they got the job done.
They did, and it's important that they got this win, because a draw would not have been enough based on results elsewhere. Only a win was going to do, because elsewhere, Songnam FC pulled off their own great escape here. They also got 2 wins in a row to end the season. They got a dramatic win in Suwon last weekend. They got another dramatic come-from-behind win against Busan I-Park today. This is the second week in a row Busan went up 1-0 and couldn't hang on. And you got to keep... You can't stay alive if you're going to do that. You can't stay in K1 if that's the way it's going to go.
No, and you have to really look at the way they've approached it. Same with FC Seoul as well. They haven't got a real manager in place.
Yeah.
You know, I know that Chosuk he kind of stepped down. In Seoul is a little bit of a different scenario, but you have to try and get somebody in to sort of steer the ship and hope that they can finish the season strongly. For Seoul, it wasn't really that much of an issue. They already sealed survival a few weeks ago. But for Busanai Park, yeah, really, really, really poor way to end the season.
And you know, I said it to you during the game. I guess we'll just see you in the promotion relegation playoff final again in 2021, Busanai
Most
Park,
likely,
because that's how things go there. But you know, well, we'll talk about K-League 2 in the future. But I mean, woo, that is a rough division next year with Sangju Sangmu automatically going down. You imagine they're going to come right back up. But that is not a problem that Songnam FC have to concern themselves with. And you know, we talk a lot about Incheon and the Great Escape for them because we expect it, because that's just what they do year after year. But full credit to the Magpies for the way they've ended their season.
Yeah, when it really mattered, they've got the results that they needed. And also, I would say there is credit that should be given to the board because they stuck with the manager. They could perhaps have quite easily got rid of Kim Nam-il, but they didn't. They gave him time. He is a new manager. He's in his first year managing a K-League side. And you have to say that it's worked. They might not have had the best of seasons, or perhaps they had other aspirations of maybe finishing in the top 6, but they only came up 2 years ago.
Right.
So you have to think about, all right, in the short term, just survival is what's most important. They've done it. They've brought in people like Na Sang-ho who helped them along the way. If they can bring in players like him over the winter for next year, then maybe they'll have a chance of doing bigger and better things than battling out at the wrong end of the table.
Yeah, and staying in K-League 1, you'd have to imagine Na Sang-ho is going to remain a part of the team.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you'll have plenty of offers from other teams elsewhere. He hasn't really played that much for FC Tokyo in J-League. But what he's shown is that he can do it in K-League 1 because he left Gwangju, having been in K-League 2. So this season for him was his first in the top flight in Korea. So he's shown that he can do it. He scored some important goals for them. And
almost single-handedly dragged them to safety this year. And tremendous effort there. And here, Incheon United. I want to say I can't believe it, but I kind of knew it was going to happen, right?
Yeah, I wrote an article for Patreon a few months ago that it looked like if Incheon were to carry on in the form that they were in before they began to win games, they would finish on a record low points in K-League 1. But since they won that game away to Daegu in the summer, that 1-0 win, it's just been incredible, hasn't it? They've just defied the odds. But then again, like you said, Ryan, they do it every year. Even though things look really bleak.
In a shortened season as well.
In a shortened season, you just thought, surely, but it's just, I don't know, it's like the end of a Hollywood film. You know the hero is going to do it. And you're just looking, let's say you're watching it on Netflix, you know there's 25 minutes of the film left. You can see that. There's 5 games left. Surely the Incheon are going to do it.
Yeah, they're going to do it.
They always do it.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to them.
Credit to them. That is not an easy feat, especially, like we said, in a shortened season. And we'll have plenty to talk about on the podcast coming up. Will they struggle again next season is what Matthew Binns is asking on YouTube right now. Well, yeah. I mean,
possibly.
They always seem to. I would love to see them finish 6th, 7th, 8th, something like that next year. But we'll have to see how they retool. I mean, and speaking of being able to keep people around, staying in K-League 1, Stefan Magosa is always rumored to go somewhere. You got to imagine that it'll be a lot easier to keep him around. Elias Aguilar, all these guys that they need in order to fight this off. But tremendous season from Incheon and a hell of a finish from Songnam. But I think we're about to get out of here for today. Again, we'll have all sorts of things to talk about on the podcast this week. So questions, comments, reactions, get those in the comments below. But for now, Paul Neat, I'm Ryan Walters. Thanks so much for watching.